was there. I was there for that song. Thank you, Bradley. Bradley just put his daughter to bed and rushed over here to do this. He's a sweetheart. I got sober because of this guy, and every day has been happier ever since. I love you and I thank you.
Now, there's quite a story behind these words, and I cannot wait to tell you all about it. The world's most famous actor and how he kicked the booze coming right up. Stay tuned. And guys, just before we break down Brad's triumphant story, if you want to get access to a free video training that shows you how to apply first principles thinking to get immediate control of your drinking, make sure to click the link in the description. There's a free training video that really shows you how you can get in control of your drinking by changing the way you view alcohol, so you don't need to use AA and therapy and rehabs and things like that. So if you want to get access to that, make sure to click the link in the description. That video will blow you away. You will absolutely love it. But for now, back to Brad Pitt. Now, Brad Pitt was born in 1963 and grew up in Springfield, Missouri. His dad owned a trucking company, and according to Brad, he worked his butt off to provide for his family, and his mother was a school counselor. Brad spent a lot of time outdoors in scenery filled with cornfields. In all, a typical Midwestern childhood. After school, he went into journalism at the University of Missouri. While he was still in university, he realized that acting was his real calling. With only 2 weeks left before he earned his degree, he actually dropped out of university and moved to Los Angeles in 1986. He had only $300 and had to take a number of odd jobs to survive. But it literally turned out to be the best decision of his life. After some minor roles, he had his breakthrough in 1991's Thelma and Louise, where he played a small-time crook. Over the next few years, he would shoot to superstardom with films like 1995's crime thriller Seven and the science fiction classic 12 Monkeys. Since then, his career has just got bigger and bigger, to the point where he is one of the highest grossing actors of all time. Along the way, he's picked up 2 Oscars, 2 Golden Globe Awards, and a whole host of other prizes and nominations. His net worth is a whopping $300 million, and he earns a minimum of $20 million for each of his movies. For over a decade though, it was his relationship with Angelina Jolie that captured the world's attention and made him the undisputed king of the tabloid pages. Brangelina, as the pair came to be known, were seemingly the perfect couple. Beautiful, successful, famous, and happy. It didn't get any better than Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie. But unbeknownst to the world, behind the scenes, things were not so mellow. Pitt had been battling with various addictions for nearly 3 decades. 2016 was when his addiction finally caught up to him. In September of that year, after 12 years of a relationship and 2 years of marriage, Jolie filed for divorce, citing irreconcilable differences. As part of that, she requested full custody of their 6 children. Now, the world was in shock. The world's seemingly most perfect couple had fallen apart overnight. According to reports, the motivations behind Jolie's divorce filing were twofold: his alcohol abuse and the way that he parented their children. Sources close to the couple revealed that Angelina was worried about the safety of the children. Just a few days after news of her divorce filing went public, the world found out that Pitt was under investigation by the FBI for child abuse. The investigation centered around an altercation between Pitt and their elder adopted son, Maddox. According to the allegations by Jolie, there was a row between the couple on board of a private jet en route from France to the US. Maddox stepped in to defend his mother, at which point Brad somehow assaulted Maddox. A source close to Pitt admitted that the star was drunk, but denied that the altercation had reached the level of physical abuse or that anybody had been hurt. In the end, the FBI never brought any charges. Now, after a long legal battle that dragged on for years, Pitt was finally granted joint custody of their 6 kids in 2001. It was a decision that Angelina continued to fight. Maddox would actually go on to testify against his father in divorce court, and the two are reportedly still not on speaking terms. In May of the following year, in an interview with GQ magazine, Pitt opened up about his drinking for the first time. He also revealed that he had been sober for 6 months. Quote, "I can't remember a day since I got out of college when I wasn't boozing or had a spliff or something, and I'm running from feelings. I'm really happy to be done with all of that. I stopped everything except boozing when I started my family. But even this last year, things I wasn't dealing with. I was just boozing too much. It's just become a problem. And I'm really happy it's been half a year now, which is bittersweet, but I've got my feelings in my fingertips again." Asked if he missed drinking, Pitt explained how his drinking had gotten out of hand. He said, "I mean, we have a winery. I enjoy wine very, very much, but I just ran it to the ground. I had to step away for a minute, and truthfully, I could drink a Russian under the table with his own vodka. I was a professional. I was good." When the reporter asked him what he had replaced the booze with, Pitt's answer was disarmingly simple: cranberry juice and fizzy water. In a 2019 interview with the New York Times, the star would go into more details about his journey to sobriety, describing how he had spent a year and a half in Alcoholics Anonymous. The groups that he attended were all male. Quote, "You had all of these men sitting around and being open and honest in a way that I have never heard before. It was this safe space where there was little judgment and therefore little judgment of yourself. It was actually really freeing just to expose the ugly sides of yourself. There's great value in that." Here's what he had to say that same year in an interview with CNN's Christine Amanpour.
I was running to things to avoid tough feelings, painful feelings. I just didn't know how to deal with them, and looking for anything I found that I use for escape, to escape those kinds of, I guess, difficult feelings. I don't know how better to describe it. I mean, that can be anything. That can be drugs, booze, Netflix, snacks, anything. I don't want to, at this point, to be running from anything. I want to sit in it. I want to feel it. I want to get through the rough night. And I found in doing so, you come out the other side with a more profound understanding of yourself, a greater gratefulness for those in your life, and the birds and the trees and everything else.
After becoming sober, Brad was able to make a number of positive changes in his life, including making amends with his ex-wife, Jennifer Aniston. According to a source, Brad apologized to her for many things that had happened during their relationship and took ownership of their mistakes. The two are now reportedly good friends. Anyway guys, like I said, if you want to get access to that video training, make sure to click the link in the description. And for those of you that are fans of Brad Pitt, you can catch him next in the upcoming Lost City of D, set to be released this coming April. Pitt will star along the likes of Sandra Bullock, Daniel Radcliffe and Channing Tatum. As for his friend Bradley Cooper, the two of them were seen together past in September at the US Open men's single final. For those of you that haven't seen Bradley Cooper's video, I'll leave you a link to it in the description. You will love that one. Have a great day.